First tonight, where should the line be drawn between public demand and responsible protection? The Crisis Center chief responding to calls for a public sex offenders registry. Plus, opposition leader and Public Accounts Committee chair calling for proceedings to not only be open to the public but also televised. And an F&M senator sounding the alarm over the continued issues linked to delayed national health insurance payments.
Have delays in government payments contributed to pharmacies, laboratories, diagnostic centers, or medical providers restricting services to NHI patients?
And then in our news at 7:30, the Innovation and National Development Minister outlining his ministry's plan to modernize government.
We've already started analyzing and doing the research of best practice and benchmarks on how we're going to look at the digital identification legislation as well.
We have the details for these stories and so much more as our news live at 7 starts now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Shepard. Should the National Sex Offenders Registry be made public? Tonight, Bahamas Crisis Center founder Dr. Sandra Dean Patterson is weighing in, saying going public could do more harm than good. Our Evelyn Ferguson has the details.
Crisis Center Chief Dr. Sandra Dean Patterson is drawing a line between public demand and responsible protection. While speaking at a press conference to announce plans for the Day of Parenting Symposium, Dr. Dean Patterson was asked to respond to calls for the Sex Offenders Registry to be made public. She made it clear that she's not a fan of that view.
The Sex Offenders Register was passed and is in place, but it's not a public register. And we are not in favor of it being a public register. I know the public would like to know who these sex offenders are, but we are not the United States, the United Kingdom, and the size where you can identify these sex offenders and have them someplace where they're not going to hurt children.
The activist adds that she believes the registry must be handled with care, balancing transparency with the safety of children and ensuring the right people are equipped to act.
The persons who need to know, who are obligated, who are directed to protect children are the ones who have access to this register and who are responsible for the sex offenders who are released. That is the police, social services, the prison. Those are the key people who should have this information and could deal with the information in a way that protects children, but also doesn't enable vigilantism, which has been the experience in other countries where the sex offender register was public.
Dr. Dean Patterson also pointing out that in other countries, laws have mandated that sex offenders be banned from public places that are frequented by children, including schools and parks. She went on to explain that in the Bahamas, the duty must fall on institutions like the police, prisons, and social services to track and manage those released. And that, she says, calls for the public to trust the system.
So it calls for the public to have confidence in the system. And I don't know that the public is as confident or comfortable with the system protecting our children as it should be. And so it's a discussion that has to be ongoing, and we need to put all sides to it. But we have to be alarmed and vociferous about our refusal to accept or to tolerate the violation of our children.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Evelyn Ferguson.
All right, thanks so much, Evelyn. Well, opposition leader Michael Pintard is calling for the Public Accounts Committee's proceedings to not only be open to the public, but also televised. The committee, which Pintard chairs, is a standing committee in Parliament that's responsible for ensuring financial accountability and scrutinizing how the government spends taxpayer funds. In a post on Facebook, the opposition leader announced that he wrote to House of Assembly Speaker Patricia DeVoe on the issue, but says so far he's gotten no response response to the June 10th letter. In that social media post on Monday evening, Pintard says he believes making the proceedings public would bring the Bahamas in line with established practice across the region and internationally. The PAC grabbed headlines last week after Nassau Village MP Jamal Strawn, who represents the governing side, told Parliament Pintard tried to introduce business on the previous term's agenda. Amid objections from the opposition, the Speaker ruled that all matters under the last term had fallen away. Despite last week's ruling, the opposition leader insists the PAC will maintain a full and active schedule throughout the current session of Parliament, promising to meet regularly to scrutinize the use of public funds and ensure accountability. And tonight, two members representing the government on the Public Accounts Committee announcing they withdrew from today's proceedings. In a joint statement, Member of Parliament for Nassau Village, Jamal Strawn, and Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama, Kingsley Smith, said the move was in protest. The statement claims that despite ongoing objections from members of the committee, Chairman and Opposition Leader Michael Pintard sought to continue proceedings from a previous Parliament. Both government MPs allege he did so while members were actively attempting to address the procedural concerns arising from that course of action, including Strawn, Smith, and opposition member Michaela Barnett Ellis. The statement asserts that when Parliament is dissolved, its committees are dissolved as well, and a newly constituted committee must operate within the authority granted to it by the new Parliament and in accordance with the rules that governs its proceedings. According to the governing members, the protest was not against accountability, but rather against what they describe as an attempt to place political objectives above parliamentary procedure. Well, for the second time in nearly 48 hours, another elderly American visitor has died in Bahamian waters. The latest incident, which involves a 64-year-old man, happened around midday yesterday near Sandy Key, Abaco. According to reports, the American visitor was snorkeling with his wife and another couple when he was reportedly caught in a strong current that carried him from the group and out of their sight. After being helped onto a boat, the trio found the unresponsive victim a short time later. Members of the Hopetown Fire Rescue alerted Hopetown officers about the unresponsive victim, who was being transported to Marsh Harbor for medical attention. Officers responded and found the victim aboard a white and blue 19-foot vessel at the Crossing Ferry dock in Marsh Harbor. He was transported to the Marsh Harbor Healthcare Clinic, where a physician pronounced him dead at 3:10 p.m. Just one day before, on Sunday, an 80-year-old American man died while snorkeling off Ocean Key. Well, Free National Movement Senator Dr. Trevor Johnson sounding the alarm over the continued issues linked to delayed national health insurance payments. In his contribution to the budget debate in Senate on Monday evening, Dr. Johnson claiming the payment delays have resulted in healthcare facilities declining services. Back in March, the National Health Insurance Providers Association revealed the payment delays had been going on for almost 2 years. Days after they raised the red flag, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville acknowledged the issue and insisted the government was working to fix it. Nearly 3 months later, Johnson says the problem still persists.
These developments are troubling, particularly when viewed alongside previous reports of doctors withdrawing services due to delay in NHI payments. I've also been informed that some diagnostic centers and laboratories have declined to accept NHI patients.
The F&M senator went on to ask the Davis administration to disclose what's owed to healthcare providers and suppliers registered with the NHI program. And that's not all he's questioning.
Have delays in government payments contributed to pharmacies, laboratories, diagnostic centers, or medical providers restricting services to NHI patients? How many healthcare providers have withdrawn, suspended, or restricted services under NHI over the past 3 years? And what is the government doing to restore confidence? Madam President, these questions are not intended to assign blame. They are intended to provide clarity. For a senior citizen who is dependent on medication or a parent seeking treatment for their child, the reliability of our healthcare system is not an abstract policy issue. It is a matter of daily life.
All right, well, we've still got more to come. But for now, meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg, happy Tuesday.
Yeah, thanks, Megan. A happy Tuesday evening, everybody. Another very warm day around the islands. Temperatures back into the 90s, and we are settling into the mid-80s right now. 85 degrees outside our studios with a few clouds. Your winds out of the east-southeast at 9 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 96. Temperatures right now around the family of islands. We are still in the mid to upper 80s there. 83 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Marsh Harbor, Abaco, 85. 85 also here in the capital and in Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera. 86 is Alistown, Bimini, Nichols, San Andros, Great Harbor, Keithbury Islands. We do have some Saharan dust out there still. Into the central Bahamas, 86 again in Kemps Bay, South Andros. Then we pick up a string of 85s, Arthurstown, Kid Island, Black Point, Exuma Keys, Georgetown, Great Exuma, and in Deadminsky, Long Island. A pair of 84s, Coburn Town, San Salvador, Port Nelson, Rumkey, and into the southeast Bahamas. 84 in Duncantown, Ragged Island. 86, Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, Delectable Bay, Acklands, Abrams Bay, Meguana, and Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Islands, all at 85. And Matthewtown, Inago, deep south. Your temperature right now is at 87. Satellite radar composite, we are still in that rinse and repeat regime. High pressure remains a dominant weather feature. We do also have some Saharan dust that's moving across the area. That's going to last until tomorrow, and then we expect another batch by the weekend. But in the meantime, just some isolated showers. There's a weak boundary across South Florida that may drop into the northwest Bahamas. Could spark 1 or 2 more showers late tonight and into tomorrow. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. We'll take a second look at our weather when we come back.
Coming up in sports, we get started in the minors. Mango softball continues its recruitment drive, and some powerlifters do really, really strong people things.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Get ready to make a splash this summer. Join us for the 54th Royal Bank of Canada's 2026 National Swimming Championships, June 25th through the 28th. And watch as 600 of the country's best swimmers compete across 6 thrilling divisions, all battling for a chance to qualify for the World Swimming Championships in Beijing and the World Long Course Championships in Budapest. Check the R News Bahamas Facebook page for race times, and then catch all the action nightly, only on the RTV network. This summer, experience the ultimate staycation at Bahamar. Join us as we kick off the summer with an immersive media experience, showcasing the exclusive Love Our Locals rate at Grand Hyatt and SLS. Dive into a world of dining, wellness, and exciting entertainment. From family activities to golf and luxury experiences, watch our news nightly from June 25th to 29th as we bring you all the latest highlights and offerings from this paradise. Love Our Locals at Bahamar.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record, we challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8 p.m. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
Every year, car theft in the Bahamas rises. Thieves are getting smarter and faster. Is your car a target? Compact vehicles are at risk. Don't become a victim. Simple steps can make all the difference. Lock your car. Invest in anti-theft devices. Park smart. Protect yourself. Stay alert. I am PC 4392, Trayshawn Ferguson. Stay vigilant. Report suspicious activity. And let's create safer communities together. Learn more by visiting theroyalbahamaspoliceforce.org.
I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel, so now most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top of what's going
Well,
on.
I want to stay in tune. Are you talking about like recent crimes and political updates and heartfelt stories as well as sports?
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Marknut. Let's do show. Big swings, big numbers, and we really want to be right about the take we made in the preseason that these guys are going to get the call this year. Christian Robinson and BJ Murray are putting together career best seasons in AAA baseball, and both Bahamians are making strong cases for their first major league call-ups. Robinson continues to produce for the Reno Aces, recently turning in a 3-hit performance while raising his season totals to a .261 average, 6 homers, 32 RBI, and 12 stolen bases. Meanwhile, Murray is enjoying his most productive season of his career with the Iowa Cubs. The switch-hitting infielder recently hit his 8th homer of the year and is hitting a team-leading .316 with 41 RBI and .920 on OPS, and has recently showcased some defensive versatility playing the corner infield and, for the first time in his career, playing in the outfield.
The University of the Bahamas took another step towards rebuilding its women's softball program with its first high school girls softball prospect event. The Mingos hosted 28 student athletes at the Bailu Hills Sporting Complex. Mingos head coach Ivana McDonald has been aggressively working to restart the Mingos softball program since taking over the program.
Powerlifting is about progression and about lifting massive amounts of weight, which these two do really, really well. A pair of Bahamian powerlifters tested themselves against some of the best in the US and walked away with personal bests at the USAPL Raw National Championships in Chicago. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world. As U.S. President Trump says Iran agreed to nuclear inspections into infinity, despite Tehran's denials. Plus, an independent UN inquiry said Israeli authorities and security forces deliberately targeted Palestinian children, resulting in genocide. And then, over 69,000 pensioners benefit from electricity and water subsidies in Guyana. We have the details when our news returns.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
Too many suffer in silence, but silence only protects the abuser. Your feelings are real. Your safety matters. It's time to break the silence. If someone is hurting you, speak up. We will listen. We will help. I am Police Constable 4286 Sinead Douglas of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Let us build safer communities together.
Danielle here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see more great content, be sure to hit that notification button and follow the team you already trust.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
The dangers are escalating. Vaping liquid marijuana is on the rise, damaging lungs and increasing stroke risk. And a deadly new trend, lean, cough syrup, soda, and candy, a lethal combination that can cause.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. U.S. President Donald Trump said Iran had agreed to nuclear inspections into, quote, infinity, despite Tehran's denials, and that unfrozen Iranian assets would be used to buy humanitarian supplies from the United States. Washington agreed to waive sanctions on Iran for 60 days from Monday after the first round of talks under a nascent peace deal agreed last week on ending more than 3 months of war. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance said talks with Iranian officials in Switzerland laid a good foundation for a final accord and that Tehran had agreed to allow nuclear inspectors back into the country. But Iran denied it had begun discussions on its nuclear program at the talks and said it had not agreed to invite back International Atomic Energy Agency inspectors. An independent UN inquiry said Israeli authorities and security forces deliberately targeted Palestinian children, resulting in genocide, crimes against humanity and war crimes in Gaza, and war crimes in the occupied West Bank. The report by the UN Independent International Commission of Inquiry on the Occupied Palestinian Territory examined violations against Palestinian children since the start of the war between Israel and Hamas on October 7, 2023, and found around 30% of those killed in the Gaza war were children. France recorded its hottest day ever today amid an exceptional early heat wave across Europe. Daytime highs above 104 degrees Fahrenheit were recorded in many individual weather stations. 40 people have drowned in France over recent days as they sought to cool down to escape record heat. Britain, Italy, Switzerland, and Spain were also sweltering in extreme heat, with record temperatures in some areas disrupting schools and transport networks and forcing tourist sites, including the Eiffel Tower, to shut.
I am hot, yes, but I won't think that I would be hotter if I go up. If I go up, I should feel cooler. But why they don't close the street then? Close the street if it is hot, right? Yeah, why? What temperature is the issue that you close the Eiffel Tower?
It's disappointing because a lot of people have come to Paris to go up into the Eiffel Tower and to see the view from the top. It's disappointing, but you just have to accept it. They have their reasons for closing it. I'm unsure why they wouldn't open it later in the day and run it at night time, change their hours on days like this.
Pensioners across Guyana are receiving government support through electricity and water subsidy programs. Approximately 33,274 pensioners have benefited from the $30,000 electricity subsidy provided through Guyana Power and Light Incorporated as of June 2026. 36,586 pensioners have received support under the water subsidy program administered by Guyana Water Incorporated, with the latest figures recorded in March 2026. The subsidies form part of the government's broader social protection measures targeting senior citizens, with officials saying the initiatives are intended to reduce utility costs and improve overall living standards for pensioners nationwide. On the other side of this break, elegance set to meet purpose this weekend at the Kingdor National Parkinson Foundation's 26th Annual Charity Ball. And then in our news at 7:30, excitement is building ahead of this year's Independence celebrations. The Culture Minister says preparations are well underway. That's coming up when our news continues.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, industry leaders, cultural icons, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episode on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
Joshua Williams here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button and to follow all of our social media pages. Also, don't forget to push that notification button so that you can see all of the great content from the team you already trust.
Conflict doesn't have to end in chaos. Before it escalates, take a breath. Step back. Choose peace. Listen to understand. Respectful conversations lead to real solutions. I am Sergeant 3599 Johnson of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, urging you, let's talk it out, not fight it out.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having Business in a Box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button if you'd like to see more content like this. Follow all of the Our News social media pages so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
And I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel. So now, most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for all viewers.
The Kingdor National Parkinson Foundation is set to host its 26th annual charity ball this weekend, and organizers say it will be a night where elegance meets purpose and hope takes center stage. On Saturday evening, guests will gather at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort for the ball that's being held under the theme Lean on Me. Foundation President Mavis Darling says it's a call to stand together in the fight against Parkinson's. Darling says it will be an evening of electrifying music, live painting sessions, where families, caregivers, and advocates will surely enjoy their time.
At certain stages, they have to be helped. Early on, they can get away with the condition and nobody would notice for a little while, but the signs always creep up. And so Lean on Me is so important because we want the public to know that these people cannot do this alone. No one should have to go through a condition like Parkinson's, any neurological condition alone.
Darling is urging the public to come out and support. Tickets are available now at Carey's Fabric and Uniform Center. Darling says it's important to support because good health is not always a given.
Parkinson's is a disease that anyone can be afflicted by. And so the thing to do is to help the hand that one day you may need to help you. And don't take it for granted that, okay, you're feeling well now and so nothing would happen. It doesn't work like that.
Well, to watch that story and any of today's top stories, be sure to visit ournews.bs. That does it for our news at 7. Joining us now is our Jamila Mizik with the latest headlines. Jamila.
Thanks for that, Megan. Coming up, findings from the 2022 census show that more than 38,000 Bahamians are living with a disability. The Social Services Minister is weighing in. Here are your latest headlines.
First tonight on our news at 7:30, a new ministry and already a major review underway. Hear why the Innovation Minister says government operations are being examined from top to bottom. Also,
I'm Shanaz Saud, and coming up on News Tonight, insurance experts are telling us that the biggest mistake made by homeowners is being underinsured. More on that tonight on Our News.
Plus, less than a month until Independence Day and events are taking shape across the country. Hear what the Culture Minister says is in the works for the big day. And later, Grand's Bahama Waters became the setting for a thrilling close-up with one of the ocean's most misunderstood predators. We have the full story when our news at 7:30 returns.
Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button if you'd like to see more content like this. Follow all of the Our News social media pages so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Good health starts with easy access, and that's what LAMP gives you. Affordable, reliable entry to high-quality care designed to help you stay well. With LAMP, your health journey is simplified, from routine labs and imaging to pharmacy services, urgent care, and beyond, all within the doctor's hospital health system. With plans starting at just $1.30 per day, LAMP is your guide to wellness and peace of mind for you and your family. Visit lamp.doctorshorse.com to learn more.
When I wake up in the morning and I take a walk outside, I see the sunshine, I see a new day, and that feeling puts a smile right on my face. I know just what to do, go to the paint place. So if you wanna paint it right the first time, go to the paint place, stop at the paint place. And if you want it to last a lifetime, go to the paint place, stop at the paint place.
When the craving hits, there's only one thing everybody agrees on. Hot, crispy, Wendy's chicken tenders. Made to satisfy every bite. Whether it's served as a slider or wrap, it's always perfectly seasoned, perfectly crunchy, and always cooked fresh. From lunch with friends to family moments worth sharing. For chicken tenders you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
I'm very excited, and I can't believe it. It's it's a dream come true. When she did call me yesterday about it, I didn't know what to believe. Thanks to Mr. Coleman and this whole staff for what they do, and making sure the customers are taken care of, making sure we enjoy the gaming they do give to us. Chances is a great house to play.
Welcome to our news, and thanks for joining us. I'm Jamila Mizik in for Italia Hall Thomas. First tonight, the Ministry of Innovation and National Development may only be a few weeks old, but Minister Sebas Bastian says his team has already begun a review of government operations. Bastian says it's all in an effort to modernize public services and improve efficiency across multiple ministries. He told reporters outside Cabinet this morning that business analysts are currently examining existing processes, identifying bottlenecks, and assessing government technology systems to determine where improvements are needed.
We have a team that is going through various ministries, doing some business analyst work, and that just basically entails going through the process flow, finding where the bottlenecks are, understanding the current technology stack, and then making all that documentation so that we can prepare our development scope and how we're going to develop the new technologies to put into the various ministries.
The Innovation and National Development Minister says the goal is to create a more modern government by improving digital services and reducing red tape for Bahamians. And according to Bastian, a key priority will be the development of a national digital identification system, allowing residents to access government services through a single secure platform. And research is already underway to develop the policies and legislation needed to support the move, while ensuring the Bahamas maintains control of its data and technology systems.
In addition, the full team is also working on a lot of the policy work and the research work in and around the digital identification, as well as working with the National Development Secretariat as we try to finalize our draft for that bill. And then also we've already started analyzing and doing the research of best practice and benchmarks on how we're going to look at the digital identification legislation as well that's going to govern that, and the technology legislation that we're looking to bring forward too, that's going to require, as it relates to government's technology, bringing the sovereignty back to the country, and that means having sovereignty over our technology stack and having sovereignty over our data as a founding principle.
Last week, the Bahamas National Statistical Institute released preliminary findings from the 2022 census showing that more than 38,000 Bahamians aged 5 and older are living with a disability, representing nearly 1 in every 10 people in the country. During her budget contribution in the Senate, Minister of Social Services Barbara Cartwright acknowledged the findings, noting that the figures represent a significant increase from those recorded in the 2010 census.
Recently, the Bahamas National Statistical Institute released its preliminary report on disability in the Bahamas. The 2022 census included 6 basic functional questions from the Washington Group, which set the parameters for comparative measurement on a global basis. The key findings from the report indicate that there are a total of 38,551 persons with disabilities age 5 and older. Madam President, when the 2022 disability figures are compared to those of the 2010 census, there is a significant increase in both the number and the percentage of disabled individuals 5 years and older.
The number of persons living with disabilities in the Bahamas has increased by more than 280% since the 2010 census. The minister says her ministry will now work closely with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute to better understand the data and develop a more detailed profile of persons living with disabilities. She says that information will help government better target resources and expand support services to those who need them most.
Based on this, my ministry will have to ensure that we make the requisite adjustments to provide more support to the disabled. Over the coming weeks, we will work with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute to better understand these figures to determine a disability profile. Having more detailed information will enable us to better strategize how we will target those who are most in need of our assistance.
With the 2026 Atlantic hurricane season in full swing, many Bahamians are focusing on preparing and protecting their most valuable assets, their home. While forecasters are predicting a less active season than years past, experts say now is not the time to relax. Our Chinasa Outen spoke with Nagico Insurance Territory Head Anton Boleg about the importance of reviewing your coverage and avoiding costly mistakes.
The 2026 Atlantic hurricane season may be forecasted to produce fewer storms this year, but insurance experts says that doesn't mean Bahamians should let their guard down. Nagico Insurance Territory Head Anton Boleg says it only takes one storm to make landfall.
Continue to prepare as normal for storms, because like I said, they can't predict which storms will actually make landfall or which territories would be affected by a storm.
For homeowners, having the right insurance coverage can make the difference between a quick recovery and a financial setback after a major storm. Boleg says one of the biggest mistakes property owners make is insuring their home based on its market value instead of the actual cost to rebuild it. With inflation, he says, many homes may now be underinsured without owners even realizing it.
A building that you would have built 5 years, 10 years from now, just because of inflation, there are some insureds should be adjusted upwards because it would cost more to rebuild that home.
He's also urging homeowners to carefully review their policies to ensure they're actually covered for hurricanes. And while many Bahamians remained concerned about the cost of insurance, Boleg says there is some good news. He doesn't expect premium to increase in the near future.
In previous years, the lack of available capacity for homeowners insurance would have been the major driving force for the fluctuation in rates, but that's kind of settling now, so they should be able to enjoy a stabilized pricing.
The conversation around coverage became even more important after Hurricane Dorian, one of the most devastating natural disasters in Bahamian history. Boleg says the storm reinforced the need for the industry to continue educating policyholders.
So I think that the industry is now just going to double back on that same stance where we're going to make sure the persons are aware that this condition exists.
As the season progresses, Boleg is urging residents not to interpret forecasts of a less active season as a reason to relax their preparations.
I would caution you to take the same precautions you would have normally taken.
As insurers continue to stress preparedness, they're urging homeowners to review your policy, check to make sure that you have the appropriate coverage, and document the current state of your property with photos. And as for homeowners, you can still purchase insurance during the hurricane season, except for when there's a storm or active hurricane warning in effect. Reporting for Our News, I'm Janessa Houghton.
Thanks, Janessa. A dump truck driver has been acquitted of vehicular manslaughter after a policeman was killed in a crash. Raymond Forbes reportedly swerved to avoid another vehicle when he struck Inspector Thomas McIntosh, who was conducting a traffic stop on the Milo Butler Highway on January 31st, 2024. Former Chief Superintendent David Lockhart, who once headed the traffic police station, testified for the defense, saying McIntosh caused his own death. According to Lockhart, the stop was not conducted properly, and McIntosh should not have been standing in front of the vehicle that he stopped. Ty Pinder represented Forbes. Well, we've still got more news to share tonight, but first, Greg is in the Weather Center with your first look at temperatures. Happy Tuesday, Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Jamil, and welcome back, everybody, for a quick check on conditions outside our studios and around the islands. 85 degrees, our current temperature with a few clouds on the outside. Your winds out of the east-southeast at 9 miles per hour. Your feels like temperature is at 96. Satellite radar composite, rinse and repeat, high pressure in charge, and it's continuing to dominate us with some very warm temperatures, actually hot temperatures. We have some triple-digit indices across most of the chain of islands. The Department of Meteorology still has that heat advisory in place, so if you plan on being on the outdoors, make sure you stay hydrated. There's a weak boundary to the north of us that's dropping across Florida. Should get into the northwest Bahamas. A couple of showers along the boundary likely to happen across the northern islands tonight through tomorrow. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on Our News, the countdown to Independence Day continues with preparations underway across the Bahamas. The Culture Minister outlines what's being planned for the big day. Plus, Grand Bahama becomes the backdrop for a close encounter with the jaws of the ocean. That's coming up when Our News returns.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Get ready to make a splash this summer. Join us for the 54th Royal Bank of Canada's 2026 National Swimming Championships, June 25th through the 28th. And watch as 600 of the country's best swimmers compete across 6 thrilling divisions, all battling for a chance to qualify for the World Swimming Championships in Beijing and the World Long Course Championships in Budapest. Check the Our News Bahamas Facebook page for race times, and then catch all the action nightly, only on the RTV network.
This summer, experience the ultimate staycation at Bahamar. Join us as we kick off the summer with an immersive media experience, showcasing the exclusive Love Our Locals rate at Grand Hyatt and SLS. Dive into a world of dining, wellness, and exciting entertainment. From family activities to golf and luxury experiences, watch Our News Nightly from June 25th to 29th as we bring you all the latest highlights and offerings from this paradise. Love Our Locals at Bahamar.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record, we challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8 p.m. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
As the Bahamas gears up to celebrate 53 years of independence, Minister of Culture, Arts and Heritage Leslie Amila-Bryce says the excitement is building across the country. With the big day less than a month away, Miller-Bryce telling reporters today that cultural groups, organizers and performers have already begun preparing for what is expected to be a vibrant celebration of Bahamian culture, heritage and national pride.
Well, plans are underway. The LOC teams have been meeting. The family islands are excited. We've been engaging them. The director for the cultural service, he is excited. A lot of the cultural enthusiasts, they're all practicing. Practices have started. And so we're excited to celebrate our 53 years of independence.
While many of the details are being kept under wraps, Mil Bryce promises Bahamians can look forward to several surprises and unique elements as part of this year's celebrations. One of the first events planned happens on Sunday. The annual Beat Retreat is set for 5:30 p.m. on Bay Street, where the country's armed forces will take center stage in a show of discipline and talent.
Yes, there will be a lot of unique aspects. I don't want to say because there's a lot of surprises for Bahamians. So just be in store to have a wonderful time of celebrating our 53rd anniversary. This week, Sunday, is the annual Beat Retreat that's going to be held Bay Street and Rawson Square. I'm asking for Bahamians everywhere to come out and support our armed forces. They've been working hard. There's also a special surprise at the Beat Retreat. So those who are usually in attendance, the bleachers are going to be there. Bring your umbrellas just to shade yourself from the heat, but we're ready to celebrate 53.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
Coming up in sports, Bahamian power hitters continue their push towards the major leagues, Bahamian powerlifters continue their push towards the stage, and the rebirth of UB women's softball takes another major step.
Yeah, car theft in the Bahamas rises. Thieves are getting smarter and faster. Is your car a target? Compact vehicles are at risk. Don't become a victim. Simple steps can make all the difference. Lock your car. Invest in anti-theft devices. Park smart. Protect yourself. Stay alert. I am PC 4392 Trayshawn Ferguson. Stay vigilant. Report suspicious activity. And let's create safer communities together. Learn more by visiting the RoyalBahamasPoliceForce.org.
And I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel. So now, most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top of what's going
Well,
on.
I want to stay in tune. Are you talking about like recent crimes and political updates and heartfelt stories as well as sports coverage?
We're talking exclusive updates, behind-the-scenes content, major announcement, everything you actually care about.
Nice. I love the sound of that. So this is like VIP access to the news you don't want to miss out. So what are you waiting for? Be sure to press the notification bell on the WhatsApp broadcast channel so that you don't miss out on all of the real-time updates.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Martinutt. Let's do show. Big swings, big numbers, and we really want to be right about the take we made in the preseason that these guys are going to get the call this year. Christian Robinson and BJ Murray are putting together career best seasons in AAA baseball, and both Bahamians are making strong cases for their first major league call-ups. Robinson continues to produce for the Reno Aces, recently turning in a 3-hit performance while raising his season totals to a .261 average, 6 homers, 32 RBI, and 12 stolen bases. Meanwhile, Murray is enjoying his most productive season of his career with the Iowa Cubs. The switch-hitting infielder recently hit his 8th homer of the year and is hitting a team-leading .316 with 41 RBI and .920 on OPS, and has recently showcased some defensive versatility playing the corner infield and, for the first time in his career, playing in the outfield.
The University of the Bahamas took another step towards rebuilding its women's softball program with its first high school girls softball prospect event. The Mingos hosted 28 student athletes at the Bailu Hills Sporting Complex. Mingos head coach Ivana McDonald has been aggressively working to restart the Mingos softball program since taking over the program.
We would visit USSSA, we'd visit BISS games, being able to see it all come together. I'm really excited for that. I'm also excited to see the defensive and offensive evaluations, whether that we're testing exit velocity off your bat or speed coming off of your arm and your throwing velocity.
Powerlifting is about progression and about lifting massive amounts of weight, which these two do really, really well. A pair of Bahamian powerlifters tested themselves against some of the best in the US and walked away with personal bests at the USAPL Raw National Championships in Chicago. Representing the JKS powerlifting team, Alicia Turner and Indira Gibson competed on the national stage. Turner delivered a strong performance despite battling recent bicep and shoulder injuries, finishing among the top 15 in her weight class and setting a new PR of 100 kilograms or 220 pounds in the bench press. Gibson also rose to the occasion, recording a personal best squat of 167.5 kilograms or 369 pounds after successfully moving down a weight class following a challenging cut.
Currently still have a shoulder issue, plus a bicep issue and my hips. But I'm just thankful I was able to get something for each lift, and I got a bench PR, which is great.
This meet is different because I put a lot of effort into it, and for the first time I feel like even though I didn't hit all my numbers, I still am really, really proud of the prep. The cut was a new thing, so we tried something new, and we're learning a lot from this prep. So in general, this meet was extremely different, but still something to be proud about.
That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. Okay, I haven't been paying attention. Catch me up on everything in the World Cup, 10 seconds or less.
Mbappe, Messi, Haaland put on a show. Ronaldo needs to put on a show.
You forgot Cape Verdean fans.
Always number one in my heart.
And on this list.
Still ahead on our news tonight, Grand Bahama becomes a hotspot for shark diving as the world prepares to mark Shark Awareness Day on July 14th. And with temperatures continuing to heat up across the country, Greg is back in the Weather Center with your extended forecast. That's coming up when our news returns.
Welcome.
Joshua Williams here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button and to follow all of our social media pages. Also, don't forget to push that notification button so that you can see all of the great content from the team you already trust.
Conflict doesn't have to end in chaos. Before it escalates, take a breath. Step back. Choose peace. Listen to understand. Respectful conversations lead to real solutions. I am Sergeant 3599 Johnson of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, urging you, let's talk it out, not fight it out.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having Business in a Box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button if you'd like to see more content like this. Follow all of the Our News social media pages so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
And I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel, so now most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top of what's going
Well,
on.
I want to stay in tune. Are you talking about like recent crimes and political updates and heartfelt stories as well as sports coverage?
We're talking exclusive updates, behind the scenes content, major announcement, everything you actually care about.
Nice. I love the sound of that. So this is like VIP access to the
This is our weather. Welcome back. Tropics remaining quiet right now. We have a couple of tropical waves moving across the tropical belt. Nothing organized at this time. The Atlantic remaining quiet. Caribbean as well as the Gulf of Mexico. So tropical storm formation is not expected over the next several days. Far Atlantic, a couple of weak ones coming off of Africa. They will continue to track towards the west and nothing happening out there in the Gulf and the Caribbean. But of course, across our area, the high pressure system remains the dominant weather feature. Very dry conditions, some isolated to spotty showers expected. There's a boundary just across South Florida that's dropping into the northwest Bahamas, so we could see 1 or 2 small showers across that area later on tonight through tomorrow. But some Saharan dust is going to continue to keep us very dry and suppress those shower chances over the next couple of days. Future forecast showing that pretty nicely across our area. Nothing happening, just a couple of spotty showers across the Florida area moving into the Bimini and the Grand Bahama area overnight through tomorrow, but most of those showers will be waning, and then come Thursday into Friday, much the same as that high pressure system and that Saharan dust remains entrenched across our area. Boating forecast, all areas tonight, well actually northwest and central Bahamas tonight through tomorrow. The winds are remaining the same, east to southeast, 10 to 15 knots. Seas 2 to 4 feet of open waters. Low tide is at 10:29 tonight. The high tide takes place at 4:14 in the morning. For the southeast Bahamas, that caution flag remains in place. Easterly winds 15 to 20 knots. Seas will be running 4 to 6 feet of open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, high pressure will remain entrenched across the area. That Saharan dust will continue to suppress shower chances, but we could see 1 or 2 isolated showers across the larger islands. Temperatures will stay in the 90s. Feels like temperatures in the triple digits. So overnight low temperatures in the mid to upper 70s to near 80. And of course, the heat advisory remains in place. There's also a dust advisory, so make sure you take the necessary precautions. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks, Greg. While most beachgoers hope not to spot a shark during their vacation, a group of divers visiting Grand Bahama spent the past week doing the exact opposite. The American visitors traveled to the island for an unforgettable underwater encounter, highlighting why the Bahamas remains one of the world's top shark diving destinations. The Bahamas continues to earn international recognition as a premier destination for shark diving, attracting visitors from around the world who want an up-close look at some of the ocean's most misunderstood creatures. According to Grand Bahama Sustainable Tourism Development Manager Jermaine Johnson, that reputation has been strengthened by the country's long-standing commitment to shark conservation.
For those who don't know, shark industry or diving, actually, the niche market is one of our largest niche markets in the tourism sector, and extremely important for revenue and income, as well as jobs within that sector.
Johnson adds that the industry offers more than just an exciting experience for visitors. It also creates opportunities for Bahamians to build careers in a growing niche market.
It's a very unique skill set that Bahamians can actually attain. That can literally take them around the world if they desire. You can work for companies like Aviva. You can work for companies like a Club Med, who have hotels all around the world. And so you're diving and learn to dive in the Bahamas, and you're here for 5 years diving. You gain the skills to become a dive master or a dive instructor, and that skill could then take you to be diving in the Maldives for 6 months, to be diving in Mexico for 6 months, to be working for a dive operator in the South China Sea for 6 months. So it's a great opportunity for Bahamians in terms of getting global exposure.
Recently, a group of divers from the United States participated in a week-long shark diving experience in Grand Bahama, hosted by Jolly Roger Scuba. Owner Roger Ross, who has spent 3 decades introducing people to the underwater world, says the Bahamas remains one of the best places on Earth to see sharks in their natural habitat.
They real friendly. They come up to you, give you nice shots on your cameras, came out with some great pictures, and that's what folks want to see when I bring them. They want to see those animals.
While sharks often have a fearsome reputation, Ross says many first-time divers leave the experience with a completely different perspective.
That's one of the comments I get all the time is, well, I'm worried about what's down there that wants to eat me. Sharks don't want to eat us. We're not in their food chain. And the truth is divers are safer than swimmers, because they can see you. So get down there, dive with them, interact with them, man. They're majestic creatures.
Shark Awareness Day is observed annually on July 14th. I'm still not going to do it, but there's something for everyone. Thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Jamila Mizik. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.